Hello everyone, my name is Larseth, and welcome back to our Norway game in Europa Universalis 4. And apologies for the bit of delay between episodes. I've had I was away this past weekend, and while I managed to I had episodes recorded to release at the weekend, I had nothing for afterwards, and I wasn't able to record on Monday. So, there's obviously going to be a little bit of a delay. Also, patch 1.21 was also released. So this actually is technically an incompatible save because the mods I was using for this were obviously for 1.20. So far it's loaded fine, and there should be no reason. I think it was just because of the mods, and they're only graphics mods. But there should be no reason why it won't work properly. Fingers crossed. I was dreading that it might not work and we would have to restart, which I really didn't want to do because I think we've actually had a pretty good start. So at the moment, where we left off, we had obviously just conquered Scotland, as you can see, and we are basically waiting to have we paid off all our loans, I think, or probably at the end of the last episode. So what we're waiting to do now, what? Muscovy got a golden error. So what we are waiting to do now is get our next Diplotech so that our colonial range is expanded, and then we should be able to start colonizing the New World. We lost 2 claims. Okay. That's fine. We could just get those back. Yeah, let's get all those back. That's fine. Accumulate money. 123 ducats. It's going to take us a long time to do that, so I don't think we have to worry too much. I mean, or maybe we... Problem is, we're probably going to be getting this done very soon, and we're going to basically be spending probably most of our current profit to support a colonist, so we'll never get that accumulate money mission done. We've got a free diplomat, so we probably got to decide what we got to do with him. This guy is focusing on our allies. That's fine. Who else do we want? Our other... Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Who else do I want our other person to focus on? Threatening countries, outraged countries. I don't think anyone really... Nobody's threatening at the moment. And neighbouring countries, the only one that we don't already improve relations with is Denmark. And I don't want to improve relations with them, if I can help it. Muscovy is starting to become a bit scary, though. They've eaten Novgorod, bar 2 provinces. And looks like it might be a game where they form Russia and... that whole shenanigans happens. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, unfortunately, we are just accumulating a little bit of money and waiting until we can get this next tech, which should be in the next few months. And it looks like England just finished a war there, so they've only got 1 province left in Ireland to take. Is this one of their... They are a vassal under England, so it looks like they're going to be... Did they force vassalize them, I wonder? Ooh, what are we doing? Yes, 10 prestige and 40 Diplo power, please. Which means we can get the next Diplotech. Right, so should now have enough, what's it called? There we go, so we can reach this area over here. So I guess what we want... I want to go, I think, for these areas first. Because they're more like... They basically don't have as much of a negative as these do, because these are Arctic, which gives local settler increase -10, and that's permanent. Whereas this one, I mean, yeah, they get winters, but at least it's not so bad as like a permanent -10, because this gets permanent -10 and it gets the winter one. So it's just not really ideal. For how much? I don't know how much each of these is going to cost us, so I'm inclined to let this person go. I just want to let him land and then find out how much it's going to cost us, because I don't want to ship 2 over, have them both arrive, and then suddenly realize I've got 2 colonies but can only actually support 1 colonist. So yeah, that actually took 2 ducats basically straight off there. So I'm thinking we maybe don't go for our next one straight away. Interestingly, our next expansion idea has come up. Global settler increase +10, and which also means we get a further colonial range +33. So now we can actually reach these areas which don't get any minus to any sort of any punishment essentially for winters. I don't think. I think they escape the winters. I'm not sure. So what do we have to do now? There's going to be a lot of colonization, I think. Colonize Placentia. Where is that? I can see no such place. Oh no, it's right there. So, okay, so looks like we're going to be taking that. So how are we going to increase our... I'll tell you what, we'll send this person here because I want to get that mission done for colonial enthusiasm. So we'll send our guy there, and while he's going there, I guess we need to focus on... Ooh. We're going to accept Highlander, I think. Yeah, that's good. As a culture. But we need to focus on making more money. So we have a little bit of leeway. Probably a year or so before that extra colonist drains all of our funds. Which would not be good. Right. England... I don't really care if they add 10 to the size of their what's it. They still like me. They got aggressive. I've got aggressive expansion against them, and only really small border friction. I think we'll probably be okay. I'm actually going to increase my trust with them a little bit. Same actually with Sweden for the moment. Because last thing I want, while I'm focusing on colonizing, the absolute last thing I want is for my allies to turn on me. Because that would be game over. Denmark, they haven't got any rebels I could support. I can't steal any maps. So that's a bit pants. I can get another claim, I think. No, I can't. Oh, I can. Wow. 100. Oh, no, sorry. What am I on about? 40, that would cost. I'm not in that much of a rush, to be honest. So how much am I losing? I'm losing 1.18 ducats. Oh, God. My heir died. My heir was pretty good as well. At least, my ruler himself is actually quite young. 37's a pretty young age. So fingers crossed we get a additional person. So what do we want to do now? Do we want to change our focus? Our focus is currently on Diplo. Yeah, no, I think that's fine. Diplo. Because I want to get that global settler increase plus 20%. Because once we finished both of these, then we can get a policy which further increases... where is it? Colonial... no, it's not that one. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, global settler increase plus 20. Colonial expansion. What do we want to do? I don't want to lose really any more prestige, so I'm going to global spy detection, reduce that. I don't think anyone, I mean, at this point, not really anyone could do anything against us, because nobody has the tech to really do many spy options. So I think the most advanced one they could do is support rebels. We don't have any. Not great. They can also steal maps, but I don't really care. Steal all the maps they want, they're not going to see anything. Other than North England, North America, and if they haven't taken expansion ideas. I mean, England haven't taken any expansion or whatever ideas, so it looks like I've got North America to myself for a while. What about France? Nor have they? Of course, Portugal and Castile are. I'm almost certain they're hardwired into doing that. So they've probably gone. I imagine Portugal are probably somewhere down here. They, as yet, do not have... Castile have got gold now. They do not have any colonial powers yet. So that is good. Means they're probably a similar place to me. Ooh, birth of colonialism. Countries have not fully embraced colonialism. So do I get all of this nice, lovely bonuses? Why do I get all of those nice, lovely bonuses? Is that because did it spawn? How do I see? There we go. Oh, yes. One of my provinces was the birth of colonialism. So that is absolutely perfect. Annoyingly, I still have not got Renaissance. That is actually quite ways away from me getting it, which sucks. I've got Renaissance in a lot of these provinces. That one's almost done. Yeah, so I'm probably going to have to buy Renaissance. We'll see. At this rate, we're going to have colonialism before we get Renaissance, but it's nice that it spawned in my province, at very least. Provincial trade power modifier, and I get the local trade power port. So really, I want to boost this province over time. I mean, I can't really afford to at the moment, just yet. Speaking of affording stuff, I need to get a bit more money. But I think we're okay for the moment. I don't really want to spend any more money, because I want to save up for buildings and stuff like that. Ooh, 25 Diplo power and 10 prestige. Suddenly we're swimming in prestige. Very happy. And Diplo power. Is there anything else we could get from here? Trade range, naval morale, shipyard. I don't think we necessarily need any of those at the moment. Land of opportunity. I definitely want that. And recruitment time. Sure, why not? Because that just gets us towards finishing it. Lovely. So I've got basically about 30 months left before I start going into the red. So I will need to develop provinces at some point. So they're going to rise up in North America, so I don't want that. So they're going to have local autonomy can increase, I guess. It's not ideal, is it? Still sticking with Diplo as my focus, I believe. Choices. I'm losing a bunch of my claims, but now I can... now that they're dropping off, it becomes cheaper for me to get my other claims, so I'll just spend my spy power. Ooh, Sweden gave me a gift. How kind of you. So Sweden is still allied with England, but actually, quite importantly, they're allied with Poland. And the reason that is a good thing... I'm actually going to improve relations with Poland. The reason that's a good thing is because Muscovy, essentially the only two ways they've got of expansion are through Sweden or through Lithuania, which is obviously in the Commonwealth with Poland. So as you can see, they're actually going for Great Horde at the moment. So that's actually quite good, this alliance, because it stops them going this way. Because the worst thing that could happen, I guess, in Europe, is that Muscovy would come through Sweden and smush me like a fly, which would be not great. We are losing a little... Oh, there we go. Colonial enthusiasm. So that's going to help greatly, actually. Hopefully speed up these, because the sooner they're done, the sooner we can maybe start earning a bit more money. Placentia. Turn Placentia into a city. That seems fine. We'll take that one. And luckily, the winter bones malices are going away. Price of fur changes. Lovely. So the good thing about getting North America, or should I say Canada, actually, is because of the really, really high number of fur provinces. And they are incredibly lucrative. Ooh, I've spotted my first natives. The Cree. Ooh, are both of them now producing fur? They are. That can only be a good thing. Nobility gains influence. That's not the end of the world. Right, what's my next idea? Global tariffs plus 20%. And I get a new colonist. So theoretically, I could go nuts and get another one. But I think I'm going to already struggle with the money. Where's actually my most lucrative provinces? Tax. Akershus. So that's my capital. It's earning a fair amount. I can't really develop that much more. How about this province? Can't develop that much more because I've already developed the tax. Aberdeenshire, I can. It's quite expensive though. 67. Tell you what, let's actually use this because that's what it was intended for. And let's order it by cost. and see which ones we get the biggest benefit out of. I think most of them is going to be about 8. Oh, wow. Romsdal. Where is Romsdal? Where are you, Romsdal? There you go. So that was actually giving us plus 11, which is pretty amazing. Plus 11 ducats per month. But again, I don't really want to spend it. I want to get these out of the way. Choices. I'd have to develop that 10 times to bring myself into the black in terms of earnings. And that's a lot of admin points. A lot more than I actually currently have. So that's probably not such a great trade. I can purchase an ability. My God. 3 objectives fulfilled. I've got 2. Discover America. President own 2 provinces. Yada yada yada. Own and control a core province with at least 30 development. I can probably do that. So I may actually try for that. What should we go for? I don't really see any of these going to benefit us too much. Combat bonus in terrain of capital. War taxes cost. Cavalry to infantry ratio. Allow claims bordering claims. That seems like the most useful. So a large city. So maybe if we... Presumably this is our highest development province. By far. So I guess we need to develop this province 7 more times. Denmark's opinion of Norway changed by -50. Do I care? Jesus lived among beggars and fishermen. Why don't you? Again, do we care? Not really. Who's disloyal? Which naughty people are disloyal? The clergy? God. Heresy. Establish New World missions. Why did I not do that already? And the burghers grant New World Charter. So I'm going to have to grant Monopoly Charters. I'm going to give this... Oh, they've already got it to the burghers. Ugh. I need to give the burghers some more land to get their influence up. So, can I trade? Oh no, that's probably the wrong province. Province development. No. I'm trying to find a way of finding out which provinces have the highest trade value. I think there is a map mode for that. Trade value. Fife. Lovely. Fife, you look like you can go. Fife is not currently held by an estate. Oh, that's because they own Fife. That sucks a bit. 2.8. That is a real pain. I'm just looking for people who have at least a decent trade power so that I can justify essentially giving it to the burghers. Because obviously there's going to be a disadvantage to giving it to the burghers. Nobility have got that. That's probably going to be the next best one, isn't it? So that's going to go to them. I wonder if now I have enough. I do. Grant New World Charter. Thank you. Can I get anything off you? Ask for Diplo support. Ask... Oh, I'm actually going to ask for a contribution instead. And I think I still could actually ask for diplomatic power. Lovely. I'm not so fussed about the clergy just yet, because that will tick back up to 40, so I won't have to worry about it. We got enough money now, so I'm not too worried. I'm going to actually send another colonist, because we got a bit of money, so we got a bit more of a buffer. Declare statute and restraint of appeals. It's going to annoy a lot of people, so I'm not going to do it just yet. That seems like the sort of thing that you would do when... Well, I mean, you would do that once everyone else flipped over to Protestant... I can't speak. Protestant... No, I give up. You know the other one. Protestantism. That's the one. For some reason I can't speak. I don't know why. So we got Diplo Relations +1, although we already had a space, so that's not too bad. Poland would still not ally us. I can't think why. Oh, they're allied with Denmark still. That would explain it. So, who was Sweden also allied with? Oh yeah, it was Poland. Okay. That seems a little weird. Sweden are allied with Denmark. Age of Discovery is ending. No! They're allied with Poland. They're also rival with Denmark. But I'm rival with Denmark, and Poland would never be my ally. Go figure. That makes no sense. Okay, England just annexed their last vassal. So either they are going to now come looking at me or at France. Hopefully France. I'm just thinking, what do I go for this? Because I'm currently +5 on military tech, so I'm almost... By the time that goes to -5, I'll be ready to take the next one, so that's not necessarily an issue. I'm quite far behind on admin and diplo. I probably would rather have... Admin, I think, at the moment. Oh no, I can choose diplo or military. So I'm going to go for diplo, actually. Which gets me that. Another colonist. Wow. I was quite looking forward to getting this because state maintenance minus 25%. I mean, that won't be a huge amount of money, but, you know, any savings are good savings. We're our force limit. We're not for our navy, but of course we don't really have the money. We are now losing 3.77 ducats per month, so that's going to cost us. We're going to have to start developing or lose money. I'm hoping that once those colonies finish rather, that will benefit us somewhat, because we can't get anything from Pope Man either. Do I want to change my focus? Because our guy... Yeah, maybe I want to change it to... Actually, no, I'll keep it for the moment. Just finish off these ideas, and then we'll swap it probably to admin. I'm now a little bit more concerned about the fact we're losing money. Perhaps a policy change in order. I don't care if Denmark don't like me. Right, so that's dropped to -5%, so we will immediately get that, which gives us nice new shiny infantry. And we will go for the Condotta, because they're a bit more balanced. We will go for Latin Knights. I always like troops that have got quite a lot of... Oh, we already had... Never mind. I changed the cavalry when I didn't need to. I always quite like troops that have got a lot of morale. Because I think it tends to... If they've got more morale and they do more morale damage, then, you know, it's more of a case of they fight to the last man. Whereas if you've got really low morale but really high impact troop, like really, I don't know, strong troops otherwise, like, yeah, you may kill a lot of people, but your army will break really easily. Which, again, not terribly helpful. 2.38 ducats we're losing now, so... Eep. How are we going to do this? So we're focusing on... Yeah, I'm going to develop maybe some of these provinces. Let's develop our capital. Oh, we don't have enough military yet, tech yet. I'm going to gain base tax rather than prestige at the moment. Recall diplomat. Yeah, sure. Where would be the best place to develop military? Probably, I think it's Inverness, isn't it? Yeah, do one there. We got essentially military power to waste now because we've earned so much. I love a good story, so I'm going to go for that. It's well worth it. Yee, dear. We're going to lose money. We're going to go into debt. It's not good. The clergy are back up over the required amount. I don't want to do seek support for clergy because basically I don't want to lose any legitimacy. I've already got low enough legitimacy without having to hand any over to them. I sort of have to do this, even though it loses me 15 prestige, because, like I just said, the only way of getting them, like, to lose quite a bit of loyalty, the only way of getting them back up over the minimum, well, the 40% mark would be to pay them, to give them legitimacy and prestige, which I don't want to do. 2.51 we're losing, so I think that's fine. I'm not too bothered about going into debt, because our other two of our colonies are going to be done pretty soon, and it's not like we're losing a vast sums of money. Because what will probably happen is we'll finish these two colonies first, obviously, and then I will maybe pay off this loan, and then maybe send them out again. Ooh, 100% population. There we go. That's done, and that's done. Rival of our rival. Hungary's opinion. Let's try and do that. Where are you, Hungary? Oh, wow. The Ottomans are going pretty nutsy cuckoo. They've gone after the Mamluks, and they've just punched a hole straight through the middle of Hungary. Wow. I haven't even looked down here. Florence are doing really good. Naples, still junior partner under Aragon. Morocco, doing pretty well. Not bad, not bad. Neither Portugal nor Castile have a colonial nation yet. Colonial subject. Let's get Newfoundland's a state. It will increase our... Ooh, yay, increased our income by a fair amount, actually. Price of fish changes by -10, price of salt increases. Okay, that's not good. State maintenance by 2, but does some nice things. I should probably actually start using these a bit more. I mean, the local trade power plus 50%, like, for example, that would be really good here. Protect trade. So if I do that, increases trade power by 50%, increases the colonial... No, not the colonial. What am I on about? I'm talking rubbish. The maintenance by a little bit, but I think it outweighs, because that's... Can you cancel those once you set them? Oh, for at least 12 months. Never mind. I mean, it didn't... Yeah, I think that's probably... Actually, that may have been a bad thing. I'm not too sure. Right. Both of our colonies are now done. So we can make them both cores. So, we're now making 70 ducats. Oh, we're almost making a ducat. My God. And this one's getting along quite nicely as well. So, where do I want to go for next? I sort of probably have to go for these provinces, don't I? Yeah, let's go for it. We're not going to go into that much debt, and because the thing is, as soon as we get these two done, then we'll instantly have a colonial nation, and because it's 5 provinces you need, so we'll have a colonial nation, and the really good thing about that, ooh, gain 143 ducats. I'm sorry, but I sort of would rather have the money now, and I will repay that loan, because it'll basically means we don't have to pay the interest each month. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So, we're just about to finish this last Diplo idea. Ship costs minus 10%, label force limit modifier plus 25%. So I'm going to swap my focus now over to admin, just so I can finish off that group. The clergy demand control of provinces. Ooh, there goes my timer. That I'm not too fussed about, actually, because that won't last all that long. Because, obviously, it now thinks that I'm earning lots of money from these, but in reality, as soon as the colonial nation has it, the clergy will, you know, they'll get kicked out. So, yeah. I'm not going to give them anything at the moment. So, again, losing a bit of money, but like I said, these will all go to a colonial nation, and all will be happy and stuff like that. So I think I will end the episode here. Next episode, hopefully, we almost certainly will have our colonial nation finished. And what I'm going to do... Well, actually, I haven't decided. I think what I'll probably do is get this area sorted, because a lot of this area is really nice. Some of them are really high development, and a lot of this area is all fur. So you choose, I guess, between production or taxes. So we could get either or. So yeah, we're just going to keep colonizing because at this moment, nobody else is even doing colonization. So I'm not too worried, apart from Castile and Portugal. But they can fight out over the Mediterranean, Caribbean rather, and South America. So yeah, for now, I will end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you next time. Take care.